Unlike other automakers, it's not every 5 to 6 years that Toyota gives us an all-new truck. Heck, a decade or more can pass before they fully redesign their big body-on-frame SUVs and pickups, which makes this one here all the more special. It's the all-new Tundra, and it's really, really good. Concerning half-ton pickups, there are the big three, and then there are the Tundra and Titan. The latter being the also-rans when it comes to sales, but by no means insignificant. Toyota still sold over 80,000 Tundras last year, and that outgoing model was in no way competitive at that point. Though Toyota isn't going toe-to-toe with the American trio in terms of sheer configurations, this new Tundra does present a second engine option for 2022, a mild hybrid powertrain called iForce Max that does little for fuel efficiency, but lots for added power. But the Tundra I'm driving this week features the 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6 without electric assist in the biggest Crew Max body style with the smallest 5.5-foot bed in the middling limited trim, fitted with the more adventurous TRD Off-Road Package with options for an as-tested MSRP of $60,188. Now that would have sounded pricey not long ago, but considering the full-size truck market these days, that number actually seems very reasonable considering all that this truck delivers. For some perspective, the top-trim Tundra Capstone encroaches on $80,000. Beyond the new engine, there's an all-new chassis with a coil-sprung rear suspension from Ram's playbook, a wider rear frame for improved towing capability, hydraulic cab mounts between the cabin and the frame for added comfort, a lightweight composite bed that better resists dings and rust, and a completely overhauled interior that brings the Tundra up to date in terms of infotainment and modern tech. It's a beautiful truck, shining in this gorgeous supersonic red paint, contrasting with the tougher elements from the TRD package. That includes 20-inch wheels and Falcon all-terrain tires, some basic skid plates, and mudguards. The rock rails seen here are a separate option. Put it all together and you've got the sharpest looking truck on the market. Kudos to Toyota designers for their impeccable execution. Other TRD off-road goodies include Bilstein shocks tuned for the rigors of rough travel, a locking rear differential in case you get stuck, and the Multi-Terrain select system with crawl control and downhill assist. Throw in the red start button, leather shift knob, and sport pedals, and it's $3,000 well spent. Now, perhaps with the exception of the short bed, and you can get this one with a 6.5-foot box, this is the perfectly spec'd Tundra. Let's face it, all of the full-size trucks in the market right now are pretty darn amazing. There's really not a bad choice in the lot. But I have to say that this Tundra Limited TRD Off-Road is a near-perfect blend of luxury sedan and weekend warrior. It hits all of the right notes in terms of comfort and capability. So I really love this truck for all that it is. But I can't believe that Toyota did not include a four-wheel drive auto setting here. The other truck makers have learned that lesson recently, but here you're either in two-wheel drive or four-high, with no variability in between for changing road conditions. Two-wheel drive, four-high, and four-low are your only choices. In other words, no center differential here. So unless the road surface is consistently low friction, you're going to bind up the drivetrain in 4x4 mode. Otherwise, having just tested the new Lexus LX, the controls in here are very familiar. Buttons and a dial on the console rotate through the on and off-road modes, making it simple to change things up on the fly. This truck has the simpler of the two available driver displays, but it's still solid with some fun opening animations. When Toyota redesigned the Tundra, they wanted to make it the leader in driving comfort. And indeed, this is a beautiful drive, with a car-like precision to it that's pretty much been engineered into all of the half-tons these days, but this one is particularly good at it. The new twin-turbo V6 has a rumble that is reminiscent of the old V8. There's plenty of power here, and the drive modes have been integrated intuitively. So with the exception of there not being a four-wheel drive auto setting, this is a perfect setup for a truck that can pretty much do it all without having to go to extremes.
389 horsepower, 479 pound-feet of torque, and a 10-speed auto breathe new life into the Tundra, backed by a rousing interior soundtrack under full acceleration that'll have you believing the V8 is still here. And gas mileage, always a Tundra trouble spot, goes from 14 mpg to 19 mpg while still using regular unleaded. The active aero on the front end helps with achieving 22 mpg on the highway. As for towing, if you do it often, the hybrid is the best choice for that added electric torque. Here, it's good for a healthy 11,120 pounds, and with the optional towing technology package, you get this trailer backup guide system with straight path assist, in addition to trailer sway control and brake control. There's also a trailer merge warning system and 1,000 camera views to help. And hey, the power vertical rear window is still here, a long-standing Tundra favorite.
Having just tested the new six-figure Lexus LX, another big Toyota truck, it's amazing to think that this $60,000 Tundra does it that much better. Now, this is the screen that the LX should have had. And as for a lot of those missing features in that Lexus model, you'll find them here in the Toyota. And this one is far roomier. This CrewMax configuration gives you these enormous rear seats that split fold and move up and out of the way when you need to carry more stuff as opposed to people. There are a few accoutrements back here, but if you really want the good stuff, you're going to have to step up to a higher trim level.
Like the Platinum, 1794, or Capstone, which come with leather, heated and ventilated rear seats, and a pano roof. But I love this synthetic Boulder fabric design, and because this isn't a hybrid, you get all of this under-seat storage.
This particular truck has a 5.5-foot bed, but if you need more room, you can go bigger. It also has that nifty power tailgate feature right here on the key fob, but in a world of tailgate wars, the Tundra's going to lose.
No trick multi-flex stuff here, but at least there's an optional bed step on this truck because with the tailgate lowered, there's no place to put your foot on the bumper. LED lighting, an electrical outlet, cutouts for DIY bed solutions, movable cleats, and a bed mat round out the action. And the cabin is very impressive, with the big screen dominating the scenery. It's not the most robust interface you'll ever see, but it does offer wireless phone connections, controls that are simple, and the JBL audio system sounds better than the Mark Levinson unit in the LX. Now, the one problem I've had is getting my phone to stay centered on the charge pad. I love the vertical nature of it, but it's tough to keep a connection. The center console is cleverly designed with a sliding tray on top and deep storage. There are memory settings for the driver's seat and even a camera mirror. Very feature-rich in all areas, including safety tech. And all of the touch points feel of the highest quality. I've really connected with this truck this week. It hits all of the right notes for me. Just too bad it doesn't fit in my garage. For TestDriveNow.com, I'm Steve Hammis.